Welcome to the party, Cash Kids. I'm your host, Bo, today on this fantastic Thursday, August 16th, and I'll tell you what, I wish that I had better day in history for today because sad news, as you probably have already heard, legendary singer Aretha Franklin has passed. She was the true queen of soul, and actually, let's check out very quickly a video clip of one of my favorite things that she had done. All right. We'll miss you, Aretha. Moving on to the show, we're going to have some fun with you guys today. I'm going to lead you to hopeful victory as we move on to the Cash Show. 12 questions. But first, we're going to do a couple shout-outs. We've got Journey Wooten tweets a shout-out to Ginger Wooten, who's been playing Cash Show for almost a year. Happy almost Cash Show anniversary to you, Ginger. That's not possible. We haven't been doing this for near a year at all. We're going to have to check your math on that. Yeah, a whole very optimistic year. John R. Nelson, moving along, tweets a shout out to his son, Timmy Taters 12, who won Cash Show last night. We salute you on your win, Mr. Taters. Well done, sir. Get some mashed potatoes on that win. Yeah. Now, we, as always, are going to spin for Lucky Spin. Shall we do Lucky Spin tonight? Let us see who will win the fight. Sure, yeah, let's do it. Let's do Lucky Spin. That's it. That's all you need to know. On with the show, and away we go. All right, starting the fun with question number 1. You guys will have no trouble with 1 through 5, so loosen up. Which of these instruments does not have strings? Harp, flute, viola. Now, if you take the strings off of one of these instruments listed, it's really just like a weird-looking triangle. And the other of our answers, without strings, would be an expensive piece of wood that plays an alto clef for some reason. But if you do take the strings off of a flute, it's still going to be a complete flute. Yes. Now, while a piano does have strings, it's actually classified as a percussion instrument since the strings are struck with hammers. When the key is pressed down, you can't really seamlessly jump from the piano to drums, though. Trust me, I tried. All right, question 2, coming at you. Which of these is not an option for a mattress size? Queen, jester, king. I'm constantly buying the wrong sheets because I'll tell you what's confusing is a twin bed and a single bed is actually the same thing. But that's because you're supposed to, apparently, we looked this up, you're supposed to put the two matching singles separated by like a bedstand, apparently, like a couple on TV from the 1950s. All right, so the answer we're looking for is a gesture. I don't know, all these mattress sizes, you guys tell me. All right, you've got a twin XL, crib, full queen, queen greatest hits, king, cow king, Don king. Whew. All right, question 3. Which type of animal is the Muppet character Kermit? Frog, crab, buffalo. Some history, you guys might know this. For the first decade or so of his existence, Kermit was actually just a non-specific reptilian-like character. And it was actually Johnny Carson was one of the first people to refer to him as the frog. Now, if you need any more proof that Kermit is the most famous frog in the world, just remember his song, Being Green, was covered by Frank Sinatra. Yes, the actual Frank Sinatra. All right. Question 4. All right. Give me some more. Here we are. Question 4 is, which boy's name is also a word that relates to thievery? Winston, David, Rob. Now, I'm told sometimes I'll say these answers in such a way it gives you a hint or a clue. I don't think that's necessary this time. Another acceptable answer actually would have been Nick, or if you had like very, very cool parents, maybe your name would be like Steele. But out of our choices, if you got a penchant for plunder, you might be called, of course, Rob. And for all of you guys that answered Winston, what's up? Now, if you get Jimmy to pick the lock, send Rob and Nick, and then they'll get the loot and have Mac drive a big truck to get you all out of there. It's the perfect crime. Moving on to question number 5. Which animal is usually mentioned in reference to the target at the center of a dartboard? Tiger, bull, snake. Blue Zebra, you got it. Thanking us for the Aretha tribute. We would do no other thing here on the Cash Show. Actually, I had this whole other thing prepared and written, threw it right away as soon as we had gotten the news. And the news for this answer, number 5, a bull. You guys had no trouble with that. All right, we've got the term bullseye. This might date back to when English archers would see who was the most accurate shooter by using a bull's skull as a target to try and shoot an arrow through the bull's empty eye socket. That sounds about right. Tell your papa and tell your friends, because we're moving on to the prize questions. This is where the money starts, money starts, money starts. Now do remember, the money's divided by all of you that get it right. If it happens to be a penny or less, because too many of you are just cash kid geniuses, it's moved right over to the next question. Now, even if you're knocked out, stick around. We've got Lucky Spin. That's going to help you for the game tomorrow. Question number 6, worth $150. What do the British call American potato chips, crisps, chompos, crunchy doos? Thank you, Andrew Penguin. I like the Kermit one too. Now, I'll tell you, if you're across the pond, if you order chips, you'd get French fries. So if you want potato chips, you need to ask for crisps, mate. Yeah, I want some sort of crispnesses. Now, British people have different names for all sorts of things. Now, if you said, look out, it's a geezer wearing nothing but his pants in London, people would be looking for a tough gang member in his underwear, which is a very different visual thing from American English. All right, question 7. Which board game inspired a 1980s musical by 2 former ABBA members? Chess, Snakes and Ladders, Scrabble. I actually have this really elaborate theory about how Mamma Mia 2 is actually a postmodernist take on Snakes and Ladders. But the answer we're looking for this one is, in fact, chess. That's right. Now, Benny and Bjorn from ABBA composed the music for the musical Chess, which centers around the political plotting of Russia and the USA during the Cold War. Sounds like it's time for a revival. And sounds like it's time for you to use that extra life comfort kitty here to comfort you and wishing you the best of luck as we move along. Extra life time. How do you get extra life? Ask your friends. Question 8. Nolan Bushnell, the founder of Atari, also established what restaurant chain? Dave & Buster's, Chuck E. Cheese's, Qdoba. I always like seeing people playing from all around the country. We've got Greeny Tweedy from Mississippi in the house, JWise91 checking in from Baltimore. I know that town from The Wire. But did you know Chuck E. Cheese's is the answer? That's right, in 1977, the first location opened in San Jose, jewel of Silicon Valley, as Chuck E. Cheese's Pizza Time Theater. But for those of you who, like me, grew up in the Midwest, you probably recognize the spinoff, Showbiz Pizza. Question 9 comes just in time. We've got over 8,000 still in it to win it. Albrecht Dürer was known for his woodcutting of what animal without ever actually seeing one? Hippopotamus, giraffe, rhinoceros. Now in this, he depicts an animal with hard plates that cover its body like sheets of armor and put a unicorn-looking little twisted horn on its back, all of which I sure have never seen on an actual rhinoceros. Oh, don't you remember the good old days when if you didn't know what you were talking about, you could just make stuff up? And since most of your audience couldn't read or let alone look things up themselves because it was pre-internet, you're just free to make a wood carving like this. We have a picture. Yeah. It's close if you've never seen one. I don't know, that's fair. Question 10. How long is the longest recorded flight of a chicken? 3, 13, 32 seconds. Flap, flap, flaparoo. For all of you curious out there, the furthest known distance of a chicken that has flown in one trip is 301.5 feet. And apparently, that journey took only 13 seconds to do. Now, there are some heavier chicken breeds that can barely get a foot off the ground, but some lighter varieties of our feathered friends, such as the bantam chicken, can easily fly up and roost in a tree, which for some reason I find terrifying. All right, question 11. We're down to 4,000 cash kids still in the game as we move along to our second to last question. If only there were a word for that. What tree is known as the little apple of death due to how toxic it is? the Dragon's Blood tree, the Osage Orange tree, the Manchiel tree. Incidentally, all of these are also soap scents available at Lush. The Osage Orange is a bit too zesty for my taste. My favorite is easily the Manchiel tree. Yes, it is one of the most toxic in the world. Its sap can erode paint on cars. The smoke from burnt wood can actually cause blindness, and eating the fruit does not turn you into a superhero. It can kill you. All right, now stick around. Lucky Spin is coming right up. But first, we have 3,322 cash kids and the cool run-ins for question 12. Who will be in the winner's circle? Without further ado, now on to our final round. This question is worth $1,694, and question 12, I will wait no further, is what pair of Star Wars characters is name-checked in most games in the Final Fantasy series? Biggs and Wedge, Han and Chewie, Luke and Leia. I have to say, these characters, they do look pretty different from their Final Fantasy incarnations. I mean, we have actually a picture of this to show you guys as well. See the... close-ish, I guess. We're looking for Biggs and Wedge. Oh, did you make one? Did you make one shot in a million, or did you blow this thing and go up home? Huh? Did you do it, or you? Let's find out with the prize distribution list. This is how much each one of our questions is worth, divided by you that got it right. Hey, and congratulations to Enix777 who just hit $10 in winnings. You're going to be cashing out and getting that in a little while. All right, and now let's check out our winners list here. Winners list, all of y'all taking home 88 cents, 2,807. Fantastic job today on the cash show. Those later questions were quite tricky, so well done indeed. All right, Rhonda wants to hear Chewie one more time. All right, let's hit the lucky spin. What do you think, Chewie? Hit that lucky spin. Get that skip card. Get that power prize. If you do, let me know on Twitter. I'll send you a little heart. I'll send you a congratulations. Use that extra life, that wrong gone, any of these by tomorrow, or you will be sorrow, because they only last 24 hours. If you want one of those extra lives to last even longer, you got to invite somebody to the game, and using your share code, those can be saved, and stack those up to use them in future shows. That's it. That's all. We had some fun, y'all. Thanks for coming to the Cash Show. We've got Draft-tastic is going to be taking over tomorrow. I'll be back next Wednesday as I'm hanging out with the family in Michigan for a little summer and fun and water. You guys have a good fight. Good night. Cash Show Bo signing off as always saying, be nice to someone today.